Hello, welcome back to the Map for College learning community. My name is Ernest Manelli, founder of Map for College. Today's video is being recorded from the Norwell, Massachusetts Public Library's porch area. They actually have like an outdoor porch area, and it's actually quite nice. It's the one place that's within the confines of the library, but outside of the inner space, so I can actually record a video and do my good work for the day. So I want to share thoughts that I will follow up on in a subsequent video. I wanted to share thoughts for the class of 2024 about the Common Application main essay and about the concept and the topic of writer's block. So there are 7 prompts that the Common Application provides for seniors considering their main essay topics. 6 of the essay prompts are fairly specific. Each has a specific prompt that gets you to think about a specific topic that you can then transform into an essay that has personal meaning to you. Prompt number 7 essentially amounts to a self-designed prompt. In other words, if you don't see a prompt that really speaks to you, in prompts 1 through 6, they give you the Monopoly get out of jail free card, like community chest, like collect $100 like on Monopoly. They basically give you an out. They give you an option to design your own essay prompt. And some students actually prefer that. What I have found over the recent years is that with Common Application essay prompts, something will resonate with you, but it may not resonate with you immediately. So I'll give you an example. When most students read the essay prompts, the first 6, maybe 1 or 2 of those essay prompts will stand out as having some viability and some ability to follow up and maybe do a sketch of a brainstorm, map of ideas, maybe an initial outline. But for many students, they read the 6 prompts and they have some degree of interest or curiosity, but nothing really jumps out at them. That's perfectly okay. In fact, if it were me, I would advise reading the prompts, maybe picking 1 or 2 potential favorites that could lead to something. And then if in the moment you feel an inspiration to start doing some pre-writing, then follow that by all means. However, if you do not get that inspiration to start the pre-writing process with any of the given prompts, then maybe try to narrow it down to 1 or 2 prompts that really have a chance of resonating with you. Prospects, possibility, and then come back to it in a day and see if you have maybe a different time of day, maybe a time when you don't have as much on your mind, and see if there's anything that then resonates with you. If you do that a couple times and something generates in terms of the light bulb going on, great. If you do that a few times and nothing really resonates with you, then you might want to start thinking about prompt number 7. In general, I would say follow the approach of baseball and softball. If you read through the prompts on 3 distinct days, in other words, 3 distinct days, 3 distinct times, and if you're totally open-minded and you have an open thought process, if you look once, twice, 3 times at the prompts over the course of a few days and nothing's really jumping out at you, just go with prompt 7. Don't overthink it, because the writer's block tends to come in when students are like trying to force themselves to pick one of those first 6 prompts. So give yourself enough time to be inspired and to be motivated, but don't give yourself so much time that you're going to lead to procrastination and actually go into a downward spiral of negative energy. Like, you want to capture some positive energy. Now, with regard to writer's block, some students, when they do their pre-writing, they'll come up with a great idea, do a brainstorm, they'll craft an outline, and then when it comes time to start their draft, they're kind of stuck, like, how do I start? A friend who is a professional author gave me an idea years ago, and I have used it successfully in terms of providing this option to students. Some students really like this option. Some students just, absolutely take the ball and run with it. Others consider it but don't actually use it. Whatever the case may be, just for your consideration. My professional author friend said, instead of starting your draft with the introduction, putting the pressure on to make a great introduction, just start with one of the body paragraphs. Start with something that contains a tangible example, an anecdote, a quote. In other words, something that you can substantiate and build a body paragraph around. And my friend's wisdom was that, if you're writing for the purpose of these common application main essay topics, I think the word limit is 650 words. So let's say you do 3 body paragraphs, just as a template. If you do 3 body paragraphs at 150 words each, that's 450 words. And then an intro of about 100 words and a conclusion of about 100 words, there's your 650. Or if you want to do something on the order of, maybe about 100-word intro, 100-word conclusion, and then maybe flex up to like just 2 body paragraphs with, 200 to 225 words per paragraph, something like that. Those are very workable. The thing about starting your essay draft, your first draft, starting with a body paragraph instead of starting with the introduction, is that if you have a tangible example to go with, that is much more tangible and concrete in your mind, and ideas will flow better on paper because you want to build momentum with the first draft. So I think in terms of the writing sequence, you don't have to be shooting the sequence of the movie in order. In other words, if you're a director, you can shoot a movie sequence out of sequence, You can do like a mid-level dramatic scene first and then do one of the intro scenes on one of the final days of filming, In other words, you can come up with the introduction once you have really substantial body paragraphs in the work. So if you are stuck with an essay prompt selection, try to give it different venues, different times when you will be able to look at those options and make considerations. Once you have an essay topic, and once you start the pre-writing and do the brainstorm, the outline, when you start doing your draft, it might be easier just to jump into a body paragraph mode and then build around that. And then over time, as you get more definition and more quality within your body paragraphs, you can then reverse engineer a really successful intro and or conclusion. So my main takeaway today is that when you're considering your common application main essay prospects, you can be creative and tap into your creative energy, tap into what works well for you organizationally. And the best cure for writer's block is to adapt to your strengths. Start with your strengths. Start with things that you do well. If you need to do speech to text and speak out the initial stages of an outline or speak out the initial stages of a draft, and then go on to a computer or a tablet and just sort of clean up the grammar and the spelling later, that's great. I'm a big believer in speech to type functions. I'm a big believer in, even if you just do like a video recording with the headset and like a microphone and just record like a stream of consciousness and then watch it back and then just make some adaptations. So if you'd like help to jumpstart your common application essay process, please reach out, 781-925-0121, guidance@mapforcollege.com. Our website is mapforcollege.com. Thank you.